There is a secret only one in every 285 people you know might be keeping. It's not a hidden talent they're shy about, or a mysterious past they're trying to forget. No, it is far more profound than that. It's a battle being fought inside their own mind, a constant struggle against a reality that is fracturing, shifting, and sometimes outright hostile to them. For millions across the globe, the world doesn't look or sound or even feel the way it does to you and I. Their perception of reality is fundamentally different, often terrifyingly so. This isn't a minor tweak, it's a full-blown reimagination of existence. This is the truth about schizophrenia. For too long, this complex chronic mental health disorder has been shrouded in misunderstanding, fear, and damaging stereotypes. It affects approximately 21 to 23 million individuals worldwide, making it a significant public health concern. Yet it remains one of the most stigmatized conditions out there. We are going to peel back those layers today, because understanding isn't just power, it's compassion in action.
The unraveling.
Picture a college freshman named Alex. He's bright, always has his nose in graphic novels, and can quote every single line from every Star Wars movie ever made. He's just starting his adult life, full of potential, dreams, and maybe a little too much ramen. Then one crisp October night, a cryptic text arrived to his roommate. "The dorm speakers are whispering my name again." His roommate shrugs it off, but Alex knows. He knows he heard it. The problem? There are no speakers. That's the first crack in his reality. A tiny fissure in the bedrock of his perception. Within weeks, those cracks widens into chasms. Alex becomes absolutely certain the campus library cameras aren't just for security. They are broadcasting his private thoughts live to YouTube. He stops eating in the cafeteria because, as he explains it,
with a shroud, the fluorescent lights, they taste like metal lies.
Imagine tasting a light, and that taste being so vile it makes you gag. These aren't just quirks. These are what clinicians call positive symptoms. Hallucination that invades the senses, delusions that wraps beliefs, and disorganized speech that scrambles communication. There are things added to reality that absolutely shouldn't be there. Like an unwelcome guest who comes in, trashes the place. This is where we need to clean up a huge misconception. Schizophrenia isn't split personality or dissociative identity disorder. These are completely different conditions. Instead, schizophrenia is a split from reality itself. It is a fragmentation of thought processes and emotional responsiveness. It's like your brain's operating system suddenly starts running a corrupt code. It's a disorder that affects about 0.3% of the global population, impacting roughly 23 million people, or 1 in every 285 people. The onset usually hits hard in late adolescence and early adulthood. Men typically notice symptoms between 17 and 24ish, right when they're supposed to be launching directly into independence. For women, it's a little later, often around 27 to 33. The illness arrives just as adulthood, with all its promises and pressures, is supposed to begin, stealing independence before it even has a chance to properly Bloom.
The daily battle.
After that terrifying first ER visit, Alex's parents quickly learn words they never wanted to add to their vocabulary: negative and cognitive symptoms. These aren't as dramatic as hallucinations, but they are insidious, quietly eroding a person's spirit and ability to function. Negative symptoms takes things away. They strips away motivation, leaving a person feeling utterly drained, unable to start or complete tasks. They steal emotions, flatten expressions, making it hard to connect. They snatch the pleasure from hobbies that once brought joy. Alex's sketchbooks, once filled with vibrant superheroes and intricate worlds, gather dust. His pencils, once light as feathers, now feels like 50-pound weights, too heavy to lift. This isn't a laziness, it's a profound absence, a void where drive and joy used to be. Then there are cognitive symptoms, which scrambles the brain's executive functions. These makes it incredibly difficult to plan, to remember, or to follow a conversation. Imagine sitting in a lecture, staring at the same slide for 10 minutes, the words sliding off your mind like rain on glass, utterly unable to comprehend what's going on. That's Alex. Simple task becomes monumental challenges. Holding down a job, managing finances, or even remembering to eat regularly becomes a Herculean effort. Alex struggles. His friends, confused and often scared by his erratic behavior, starts to drift away. It is not out of cruelty, not usually, but out of a profound lack of understanding. They don't know how to help or what to say or how to navigate this new unpredictable Alex. Social withdrawal, once a symptom, morphs into a form of self-preservation. A painful retreat from a world that doesn't seem to make sense anymore. Grades plummet to the ground. Showers become a weekly event, if they ever happen.
The world isn't real. It can't be. Am I making this up? It all feels fake. Why does it feel so fake?
The vibrant future Alex once envisioned shrinks to the next 5 minutes, then the next an endless exhaustion of presence. This is the part commercials don't show you. The quiet, grinding erosion of ordinary life. The slow disappearance of the person you once were.
Prognoses and the long haul.
Getting a diagnosis of schizophrenia isn't a quick or easy process. It often involves months, sometimes years of observation, ruling out other conditions, and careful assessment by mental health professionals. When a psychiatrist finally explains the dopamine theory, a simplified idea that an imbalance of dopamine, a neurotransmitter, plays a role, or delves into the genetics and stress triggers, none of it feels real yet. It's just a lot of medical jargon trying to explain the unexplainable. Antipsychotic medication are the cornerstone of treatment. They're designed to blunt the voices, quiet the delusion, and bring a balance of order back to the mind. But they often come with a heavy price tag. Side effects like significant weight gain, a restlessness known as akathisia, and a profound emotional flatness. It can feel like swapping one demon for another, trading the chaos of psychosis for a numbing apathy. It's a tough bargain, but for many it's the only way to reclaim some control. Alongside medication, therapy becomes a lifeline. Cognitive behavioral therapy helps Alex learn crucial reality checking skills. He practices asking himself, Is there actually evidence that the barista can read my mind, or did she just misspell my name because my name is hard to spell? It's about building a mental toolkit to distinguish between what's real and what's illness talking. Family education is equally vital, helping Alex's parents to understand the illness, cope with its demands, and support their son without enabling the symptoms. It keeps mom from crying in the grocery aisle when she sees a crucial schizo joke on a greeting card, equipping her with knowledge and resilience. Progress in this journey is measured in, tiny victories. Attending one full class without getting overwhelmed, making eye contact during a conversation, microwaving a soup before noon. These might seem like trivial victories, but for someone battling schizophrenia, they can be monumental achievements. Each one a step back towards a life. But best as we go up there, we have relapse. They are a grim reality. It can come from one bad flu, one all-nighter, a particularly stressful exam, and the whispers can creep back. Each episode leaves a scar, not just on memory, but on, trust. The trust built with doctors, family, and even himself. It's a stark reality that people with schizophrenia have reduced life expectancy, often by about 9 to 28 years shorter than the average. This isn't primarily due to the illness itself, but rather a tragic combination of factors: higher rates of suicide, increased risk of cardiovascular diseases, and these are often exacerbated by medication side effects and lifestyle factors. And then there are the lethal side effect of poverty and limited access to quality healthcare. It's a systematic issue, not just a biological one.
Beyond myths.
Recovery isn't a straight line. It's more like a staircase with missing steps, requiring constant vigilance and a diverse set of tools beyond medication. Psychological interventions are absolutely critical. Cognitive behavioral therapy for psychosis, or CBT, teaches Alex not just to reality check, but to label voices as symptoms, not prophets or commands. He learns to observe them, to question them, and ultimately to dismiss the authority. It's about regaining agency over his own mind. And here, support groups becomes a sanctuary. In the church basement, surrounded by others who truly understand, Alex finds a space where no one flinches when he confesses.
I honestly thought the FBI was in my fridge trying to steal my yogurt.
That shared experience, that knowing not, is incredibly powerful. It normalizes the abnormal and reminds him that he's not alone in this fight. Vocational rehabilitation programs provide practical support, helping individuals like Alex develop work skills and find employment. In a beautiful twist of fate, vocational rehab lands him a part-time job tagging inventory at the university library, the very same building whose cameras once terrified him. Now he's an employee, a valued member of the team, actively engaging with the place that once fueled his delusions. It's a testament to his resilience and the power of consistent support. Alex now keeps a simple list taped above his desk. Sleep 8 hours. Take meds with breakfast. Walk outside. Text a friend. Practice bass for 15 minutes. These aren't grand gestures. They're small, consistent acts of self-care. And these small victories compound, building momentum, creating a foundation for a more independent life. Meanwhile, researchers are relentlessly chasing better options. They are developing long-acting injectables that can cut relapse rates dramatically, freeing an individual from daily burden of pills and improving adherence. Computerized brain training programs are being designed to sharpen memory and cognitive functions, directly targeting those scrambling cognitive symptoms. And innovative early intervention vans cruises cities like mental health food trucks, reaching out to young people experiencing the first psychosis, offering immediate support and treatment before the illness takes deeper root. In Denmark, every psychiatric center, every psychiatric department has an attached unit specialized in early intervention and early finding of these psychosis, working with schools, working with psychiatric centers, working with the municipality support, working with the police, with everyone. But none of these are magic bullets. But stacked together, they bend the curve towards greater independence, towards a life where schizophrenia is managed, not defining.
Stigma and the rest of us.
Here's the twist, and it's a crucial one. The biggest disability for someone like Alex often isn't the illness itself. It's the label. The word schizophrenia carries such a heavy negative weight in our society. Employers hear it and picture sensationalized headlines, not complex, capable human beings. Landlords assume danger, refusing to rent. Even some healthcare workers sadly can sometimes dismiss legitimate physical complaints as all in your head, if they know of the person having a schizophrenia diagnosis. Let's get a reality check. People living with schizophrenia are far more likely to be victims of violence than perpetrators. The media often portrayals of crazy and dangerous individuals is not only inaccurate but deeply harmful. Language matters profoundly. Saying a schizophrenic shrinks a person down to nothing more than their diagnosis, reducing their entire identity to an illness. It's dehumanizing. Saying a person living with schizophrenia leaves room, crucial room, for everything else Alex is. A son, a brother, an amateur guitarist, terrible at Mario Kart, a graphic novel enthusiast. It's acknowledging their humanity, their individuality, and their ongoing journey. This pervasive stigma keeps patients silently afraid to seek help, afraid to speak openly about their struggles. And that silence in turn keeps research underfunded, keeps resources scarce, and perpetuate the cycle of misunderstanding. Breaking that damaging loop starts with the simplest yet most profound human transaction: listening without flinching, without judgment, and with an open heart.
Hope, not a fairy tale.
5 years after the first whisper in the dorm, Alex presents his senior capstone project, an animated short film about a lone space explorer who expertly navigates and outruns cosmic statics, ultimately finding a new, peaceful galaxy. The audience cheers, moved by the subtle metaphors and the beautiful animation. Later, Alex admits, a quiet smile playing on his lips.
The voices aren't gone. They just ride in the back seat. Now I am driving.
His journey isn't over. He still takes his meds every day, still sees his therapist regularly, and yes, he still has days when the shadows grow teeth, when the internal static threatens to overwhelm him. But he also pays his rent on time. He adopted a scruffy, loyal dog. His name is Ray, of course, and he sends truly terrible memes at 2 a.m. like any other 27-year-old. He's living a life full of complexity, often a bit of a messy life on his own terms, and this is one of the statistics, the sensational headlines that don't sell. 2/3 of people who receive consistent, comprehensive treatment improves enough to live independently or with minimal support, even becoming a productive member of society. Recovery isn't about being cured, at least not in the traditional sense. It's about showing up for your own life, with the messy parts included. Finding meaning and purpose despite the challenges. It's about learning to drive even with the voices in the backseat. If this is your first real glimpse behind the curtain of schizophrenia, please keep going. Don't let this be the end of your learning. Share this video not for the algorithm, but for the next Alex out there who thinks they're utterly alone, who believes their reality is, well, unique and broken. Your share could be the ripple that leads them to understanding the hope. And if you have any question, drop them down below. I will happily answer. And drop your own story or respectful question in the comments below, because half the world, after all, learns by eavesdropping, by hearing real experiences. And if you or someone you know needs help tonight, right now, please reach out. Text NAMI to 741-741 in the US for immediate support, or look up your local mental health helpline wherever you are in the world. And if you want to get smarter on the different types of schizophrenia, then my entire playlist on schizophrenia is right there, and I look forward to seeing you right over there. So I'll be seeing you over there.